my voice audible to you? Can you please acknowledge in chat box? So I hope you are able to listen me, right? Yes, good, great. So welcome to the Selenium WebDriver training. Okay, this is from QATestingTraining.com website. So today we'll be seeing at how we'll be taking forward this training and what are the modules we have divided, right? So, and what are the videos we'll provide you, and how we'll approach in our the methodology we apply in our training approach, right? So basically we will start with Selenium introduction, like what are the Selenium versions available to you, and what kind of old version, what is the recent version, and all. We have a brief history on the complete Selenium versions, and our training is entirely on the latest version, WebDriver. Okay, so what are the different versions and all you will see in the classes, but basically our main, our topics training is concerned about the latest version of Selenium, that is WebDriver. Okay, so one thing you need to remember here, there is no need to go for older version. If you have any doubt like why can't we teach older version, like if you go to the Selenium official site and see, they have clearly mentioned that older version was RC something. There is kind of older version that was depreciated. Okay, any further modifications in the future can be done in new version only. So everywhere now people started using the latest version, and that was a hot in the market. So our training will be entirely on the latest version of Selenium, that is a WebDriver. Okay, so we'll just go back to our website and we'll show how the topics we have and how we are going to teach them. So QATestingTraining.com, this is the place where we host our belongings. Yeah. And one more doubt people are getting, that what kind of, Java required, how much Java required to write a Selenium code, and what kind of training we get in the part of Java for us, right? That's the basic doubt everyone will be getting. Yeah, so core Java is necessary for WebDriver. Okay, core Java in the sense, not completely core Java, like you know, not require total Java. Like basically you read OOPS concepts. There are some OOPS concepts for Java. Okay, these are nothing but object-oriented principles. Okay, those basic concepts you require to write a code in the Java, like what is a class, and there are some kind of inheritance, interfaces, and some kind of a basic loops and all. Okay, so what we are doing is, we are not making a separate Java classes. Okay, that will deviate our actual focus. So what we are doing is, Java required for Selenium I will teach parallelly with the Selenium training. Okay, so whenever I am doing something kind of Selenium, and if some Java is involved at that part, I will pass to a WebDriver and I'll come back to Java, explain that topic, and I will go back to Selenium. Okay, so that's a good approach what we have observed in our earlier trainings, because if I start taking Java classes, and our main motto is Selenium, if you go on, Java is vast, how much you will teach? Your screen is passed. 1 second, how would we know whether our screen is passed? Just give me 1 minute. Yeah, now it's okay, right? Okay, so where we are, yeah, if I start taking Java, okay, it's entire world, so our concentration will be some deviated. So that's what we have done is, we will start very first class with a Selenium WebDriver. We will assume that you are a beginner. So whenever we start the WebDriver training, and if we face any Java kind of issues, I will teach right and there itself, and then I'll resume to WebDriver. Okay, so that's the way parallelly. Java and Selenium I'll teach parallelly. Okay, basically how much Java is required, that much I'll be teaching you along with our WebDriver training. Okay, so apart from that, there is need like some kind of special like there's some kind of special scope required. For example, see here: inheritance, interface, encapsulation, and polymorphism. These are 4 core topics in Java. So I will tell you in the class. So what I have done is I have made a separate videos for that, so you can watch it again with you. So whenever you are undergoing training, you will have access to these videos. Okay, we'll be taking Java. I will explaining you all these classes along with WebDriver, but still I'll you have some videos on core Java topics only particular to this particular topic. Okay, I'll be taking entire interface inheritance. You'll get a videos access. You can watch for a perfect clarification regarding Java. Okay, so that's the way we start our training, and we'll start freshly with WebDriver. Okay, and we'll divide into 2 parts: basics of WebDriver and advanced WebDriver topics. Basic WebDriver will go for 6 days. I will teach you. See, this is the syllabus. You can go to our site qa-testingtraining.com and just click on syllabus option, and you will be launched here. You can check. Okay, we have provided all the basics you will be learning, and how to download the stuff, and how we will begin, and thereafter you will enter into advanced stuff and a framework related. Okay, so framework will be there are 2 kinds of framework available in the market for running Selenium. One is JUnit and other is TestNG. Okay, what all those, you just listen in the high level. Okay, so don't worry what is JUnit, what is TestNG, and what are the versions. That all again we'll freshly see in our coming existing classes. So basically there are 2 kind of frameworks available to you. So in our training we'll go with the TestNG, because this is the latest and more robust than a JUnit. So both are same. There will be minute difference between TestNG and JUnit. I will tell you what are exactly differences. If you learn TestNG, you will get JUnit. If you learn JUnit, you will get TestNG also. Okay, but TestNG is very good. So we have chosen that, and I'll also tell what's exactly difference between these 2 when I'm talking about frameworks concept. Okay, and so you have some miscellaneous, advanced Selenium topics like Selenium Grid. So Grid in the sense where you can run your test in multiple browsers. Okay, with a single click in one browser, you can start running some n number of scripts in n number of machines at a time. This is called parallel testing. Okay, this is a core usage of automation, and this really good works. This is the main future of Selenium Grid. To explain this practically, it's not possible in online training, because I have to show multiple VMs. So that's the reason I have made a separate video on that. You'll have access to it on this advanced topic, so you can go through it. This is apart from Selenium WebDriver. Okay, this is some advanced miscellaneous topic. And finally, Android. Okay, and you also have some build management tool, that is Maven. Okay, don't worry now what is build management tool and what is this Maven and all. So you will get from basics. Assuming that you don't know anything, and just click that watch video button, and we will take you to the level so where you get all the basics. Okay, and this kind of build management tool will provide this video. And finally, this is the Android testing. So this is what now current boom in the market. So to some extent, basically in practical, there is less usage of mobile testing using Selenium. There are some other tools like Robotium, Monkey Tool, Capybara available, but still to some extent, you can also do Android testing using this WebDriver. Okay, this is one of the core feature basically. You can also do some kind of mobile testing application with Android. To need this, you need a lot of setup. You need to download Android SDK, one kind of virtual device and all. It's not like normal automation till what we do in all these classes. Okay, this is kind of simple. But whereas Android, you need a heavy installation procedures, heavy steps involved in it. So what I have done is I have made a separate videos. So how to install, download, and you have how to run Android program using WebDriver. Okay, how to run an Android OS from our using Selenium. So we'll be discussing on mobile testing also. Okay, so I have made videos on that. So this is the way how this is our syllabus. Okay, so we'll start from the day one. We'll be starting from Selenium history introduction. We'll go forward, and at the same time you will get Java videos. So I will explain you in class, but in depth, in core, like kind of interview purpose. If you want more, you can go back and watch these videos which I have made for Java. Right now 3 videos are available. I'm making one more video by keeping an interview point of view. Okay, and you will get Android video also, Android and Grid videos also to watch. Okay, and we will cover all the topics related to WebDriver, Selenium. I mean, Selenium and WebDriver are same. I'll tell you what all those. I just telling. We'll let you know all those. But one thing, remember, once you finish the class, I'm sure that you can take any website, okay, any application, and you can automate in any way, whatever you think. Like, you can, by the end of the class, you can take any website and you can automate any of its functional property which you want to test. Okay, we'll make you on that way. So you need to run along with us. It's like kind of practice, because without practice you will not get anything. So once you have gone through, we'll provide a set of videos also. In the weekend you need to watch those. So we'll taking course to complete in 15 days. But clearly I'm mentioning this is not a benchmark for us, or this is not some criteria. So we don't know how much time it will take. It all depends upon the relationship between you and me. So if you ask more doubts, it will take some kind of more time. Explore. If you don't ask anything, I'll be going. Like, so if you stuck somewhere, I will give you a common kind of exercise today. If you stuck somewhere, we may take entire class to complete it. Okay. And if somewhere you need some more explanation, so that I will just dedicate complete class to take that particular topic. So that kind of, it may take some time, but I will deliberately, by explaining all the topics with videos. I mean, apart from videos, it will take 15 days. So videos you have to watch like Android and Grid, it will take some 1 week more. So with the videos, you will totally 3 weeks. Okay, 15 days, live classes will be there, and the miscellaneous topic, Android and all, we will provide videos, so you can watch those. Okay, this is how we go in our training. Okay, and day by day basis we will provide you the code what we have used. Okay, you can directly copy that and paste it in your Selenium editor. You can run that. Okay, I mean Selenium editor in the sense Eclipse we use, and I'll tell you, don't worry what is Eclipse and all. So what I'm going to tell is, day by day basis we'll be sending you the related material what we talked on that particular day. Okay, so for example, if you see here, for example, if I start with day 1, and we'll be discussing what all topics we are talking, and this is kind of a small notes of day 1. Platform supported by Selenium, languages supported by Selenium, why we need to use latest version, and WebDriver browser support, a little bit notes, a high level notes on that day, and finally I'll paste the code what I have written on that particular day. So we'll send across to you by end of the day, so you can analyze the code again, how I have written and all, and you can go back and just copy paste, or by seeing this you can start practicing also. So no need to, I mean, just noting down anything. Everything will be sending in the form of soft copies. Okay, no need to note down anything. So it's up to you whether that's how, about your understanding, you will note down the things or not, but I will be sending back to you. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much about how we approach our training and how we proceed and all. Okay, so we'll start with a little touch. Okay, what are basically I'll do one thing. I'll just talk about the versions history today to know about just Selenium introduction and all. Yeah, so can I go ahead and start a sample topic now for our demo class? Like what is the introduction of Selenium and what are the versions available? I'll talk briefly about 5-10 minutes. So any doubts you are having about our training process and procedure, you can ask, feel free to ask us. As this is demo, we will have just checklist about our process, and you will get also like 1 or 2 free videos if you registered with that, so you can check the quality of our videos, how we are procedure in teaching. We'll be sending 1 or 2 free videos also if you get registered with us. So apart from that, do you have any doubts before I take a sample topic? Please feel free to ask any kind of doubts regarding a procedure and all. I think you are kind of okay with this, right? Yeah. Now we'll do one thing. I'll take up a sample session on introduction of Selenium. You know that it's not a new tool for us in market. So it was there from long ago. It's kind of 2004 or something. But why it's more hot recently is the question. Like why it is the more awaited, like more hot in the market. We from if you see from the last 2 years in QA market, you are listening this word as Selenium. So there are multiple reasons for it to make it a, I mean, a most featured tool in the market. So basically, we have in 2004, their first time Selenium people released one record and playback tool, that is Selenium IDE, Integrated Development Environment. Okay, it's just like record and playback tool. What is record and playback tool? So just kind of a recording, and you can play back the same script. Like you can record, for example, you can go here and start IDE and record some kind of stuff, and then stop and go and play. So whatever you have done, again it will play. It's kind of record and play. If you have no QTP, you will know what exactly record and playback. So, but disadvantages with this is it will come only as Firefox plugin, right? This IDE will come as only a Firefox plugin. That means you can record and playback only on Firefox browser. But if your application on Internet Explorer, you cannot work on it, right? So if it is in Google Chrome, we cannot work on it because it's just plugin for Firefox only. So that's the reason it was not a practically implemented in real-time industries. Because whereas you have seen, if you go back and see in 2005 and 2006, most of the users browser is Internet Explorer. Okay, now it has changed to Chrome. Okay, I think even you are watching this on Chrome or Firefox. Okay, no one uses Internet Explorer by now, I guess. So that time Internet Explorer is a major browser available to us, and this is available only as Firefox plugin. So no one just, and practically to develop a robust framework, just IDE is not enough. Okay, you need to write more loops and all. You need to have some coding, and you can't just depend on IDE to maintain a robust framework in real time. And it is a Firefox plugin, and that's the reason no one, I mean, it's very less opted for it, and people are having the QTP. So later in 2008 or somewhere, they have released a version called RC. That is, a version name is Selenium 1.0. It is RC version. RC synthesis, a remote control. right? So this is the first, I mean, forward step by Selenium, guys. So this is not like a Firefox plugin. It is like coding. Okay, you need to write, for how you will write a Java code, you will write in one editor, right? So even some Java kind of editor, in that you need to write some coding. So, and this coding supports in all the browsers, not only to Firefox, it supports in Internet Explorer, it supports in the Chrome. Okay, it supports in multiple browsers. So this was the first step which makes the QA world to look towards Selenium. Okay, and don't forget, it is an open source. Okay, the first and foremost, why Selenium? It's an open source. Okay, this was and you have other functional tools in the market like SOAP, UI, QTP, and all. Those are licensed product, but whereas Selenium is an open source. It was just a few clicks from internet you can download. Okay, and next thing I'll talk about. We'll do one thing. Yeah, we'll just complete the basic overview. Okay, and people started looking towards Selenium RC. Yeah, it is an open source, and for very good purpose, it is supporting multiple browsers. It's working in Chrome, IE, and Firefox also. At the same time, it supports in multiple operating systems also. It supports in Windows, Unix, Solaris, and Mac. In total, 4 OS Selenium RC supports. So that's the reason people started opting to Selenium, because three main features. It is an open source. Okay, it is in few clicks from internet download, and next, it supports the multiple browsers, and third one, it works in multiple operating systems. Okay, so people started looking to it, but unfortunately there are some challenges with Selenium RC. Okay, what are those challenges? You need to know the architecture. Okay, yeah, I'll show you the architecture of now how you're on. One second. One second. Yeah, okay, sorry for small disturbance. Yeah, so where we, yeah, I'll show the how the RC is working. I told, right, there are some challenges with the RC. Few times RC is getting failed to automate the websites. Okay, so what are those challenges? I will explain you in an architecture way. Not this, I will take you paint. Yeah, so this is an editor where we write our Selenium RC code. Okay, this is an application where we under test, that means we are going to test this website. This is our RC code, and between this RC code and application there is a server called RC server. Okay, this is called proxy. Between these two there is a server called a proxy server. Okay, so whenever you write some RC code, first of all this code reaches RC server. RC server will interpret the code what you have sent. Okay, it will send some command to click on some particular link. So whenever RC server reaches that particular command link click, it interprets that command and invoke that particular Java, I mean, it will trigger that particular Java event in application. Once again, I'm telling, listen. So whenever you whenever you write click command, so when you run the script, first of all, it reaches RC server. What RC server will do is, it will interpret that command. Okay, it will say, oh, click should perform, right? So it will trigger that particular Java event, that particular click event using JavaScript. Okay, so it will send some instructions using JavaScript to the application by telling that go and click on that particular link, and it will come to application and that link will be clicked. For example, you will write some other code, write something in web edit box. Okay, so whenever you write this command, it reaches RC server, and server interprets that web edit, and it will trigger that particular JavaScript event in an application. Means it will tell the JavaScript that event that write something in it. So that particular JavaScript event will be triggered here to enter something into some email box you think. So that means whatever operation is performing in an application, it was triggering by JavaScript. I mean, the events was handling by JavaScript. So what happening is, as websites and browsers are becoming more robust and robust, they are not allowing JavaScript to trigger, I mean, to invoke anything into their browsers. Okay, if you see the Chrome from 14th version or 15th version, in some kind of sites, it is not allowing to any, like, not only JavaScript, it will not allow any other script to trigger any events into our application. So it blocks us, it blocks JavaScript to perform the events. So if that is the case, then how RC will work? Okay, so these kind of challenges we are seeing as websites are becoming more and more robust. They are making a strict security rules into the website. They are imposing a strict security rules that JavaScript security, I mean, purpose should not be triggered into our site. So if they develop that kind of security box, so Java can't be trigged, and if it can't be trigged, RC will not work. That's it. So that's the reason there are little bit challenges with an RC. Now, okay. So moreover, Android testing and iPhone, these became are now featured products in the market. So RC will not support any Android or iPhone. It's just for kind of browser support. So what Selenium guys have done is to overcome all these challenges like the JavaScript triggering event, and they want to extend Selenium to mobile testing also. So to overcome all these challenges, they came with the new version of Selenium, that is Selenium 2.0, nothing but Selenium WebDriver. So that's how our entire course will go on latest version of WebDriver. Okay, so this will overcome all the challenges which we have seen in the older version. And now we will discuss the architecture of a WebDriver, and you have to able to find the difference between that architecture and this architecture. Okay. Yeah. So I'll explain you now how WebDriver works. So to overcome this challenge, how Selenium guys came up, I will show you now how the latest version architecture works at backend. Architecture is nothing but how the backend stuff is happening with all this. Okay, so that's the reason still we have seen other tools in the market as leading in the top when compared to Selenium RC in the kind of year like 2008, 9, 10, because of some strict Java not allowing into the site and all. But with the introduction of this latest WebDriver, things got changed, and WebDriver stands as top in the market. So let's see how this architecture works. Yeah, same thing. This is an application and a test which we are, I mean, this is a code where we are writing our WebDriver code, and this is application and a test which we are testing a particular site. Unlike RC, there is no server between our code and the application which we are going to test. Okay, there's no kind of proxy server. There is direct interaction between the one second. Okay, there is direct interaction between this and how WebDriver can overcome this JavaScript pop-up, and how they designed an architecture, and how many browsers it support, and all this will be seeing in our further classes, because our entire session, session starts with a WebDriver. So how the architecture they design and all, okay, we'll be seeing in our next sessions. And you have to remember one more thing. So I just not explain any WebDriver architecture now. That will be as a day 2 class. Okay, starting from beginning, what is WebDriver, in that way. I just explained what are the versions available, why we Selenium guys finally landed on WebDriver. These are the reasons. And in how many languages we can write WebDriver code. Okay, you can write in Java, C Sharp, Ruby, Python, PHP, and Perl. Okay, so however your application is built, that doesn't mean that your application is built on C Sharp, so that I have to write my Selenium code only on C Sharp. Are you able to hear my voice? I'm getting one message. Are you able to hear my voice? Yeah, so I just got a message like your audio